Welcome, PVT Express News. Subscribe to the channel to not miss new videos. And now for today's content. Behind the glittering lights of Chinese entertainment, where every headline is filled with romance, drama, and shocking revelations, there are quieter, more fragile stories that rarely surface. One such story belongs to Sulisha, a woman once whispered to have shared a tender bond with rising star Kai, who is now making headlines for his upcoming marriage to the talented actress Tansongyun. The news of their wedding sent fans into a frenzy, their love story celebrated across social media. Yet, far from the flashing cameras, Sulisha was left in tears, quietly closing herself off in her room the moment she heard the announcement. From rumors to reality, Kai and Tansongyun. For years, speculation swirled around Kai and Tansongyun. Their on-screen chemistry seemed too natural, and their off-screen moments only fueled the rumors. At first, many dismissed it as mere publicity, but eventually, their closeness became undeniable. The big reveal confirmed what fans had long suspected. Kai and Tansongyun were not only in love but ready to build a life together. What should have been pure joy for all, however, reopened old wounds for one person, Sulisha. Sulisha's silent tears. According to close sources, Sulisha broke down upon hearing the news. She wasn't just shedding tears for a lost love, she was mourning the finality of it. Weddings don't just symbolize beginnings, they mark the absolute end of any lingering what-ifs. Once, she had been linked to Kai, though neither ever publicly confirmed their relationship. Fans and media spotted fleeting moments between them, and whispers of romance followed. But as time passed, so did their connection, whether due to the pressures of the industry or simply a lack of readiness on Kai's part, no one truly knew. Now, seeing him walk toward a future with someone else, Sulisha's heartache surfaced again. Grace and silence. What struck many was Sulisha's choice not to speak publicly. In an industry addicted to gossip and scandal, her silence became her strength. She refused to taint someone else's happiness for the sake of her own pain. But behind closed doors, her vulnerability was real. To the public, she was strong, poised, and successful in her own right. Privately, she was just a woman who had once loved, now forced to let go completely. The public eye versus the private heart. Meanwhile, Kai and Tansongyun's wedding news took over the entertainment world. Fans created fan art, edited dreamy wedding photos, and filled comment sections with blessings. The media dissected every detail, from the venue to the gown Tansongyun might wear. In all this celebration, Sulisha's quiet sorrow faded into the background, almost forgotten. And yet, her story added an unexpected emotional layer to the narrative. It reminded the world that every happily ever after often has a silent shadow behind it. A future beyond heartbreak. Despite her pain, many believe Sulisha will rise again. She remains admired for her resilience, supported by her family, friends, and loyal fans. Time, though slow, has its way of healing wounds, even if scars remain. Sulisha's chapter with Kai has closed. His future now belongs to Tansongyun, while hers awaits to be rewritten. Love stories that end without closure leave the deepest marks, but they also pave the way for new beginnings. And so, while the world celebrates Sukai's joy, another woman's quiet tears remind us of love's bittersweet truth, that every ending carries both heartbreak and the promise of healing. In her tears, perhaps there was also a silent prayer for Sukai's happiness, even if it wasn't with her. On the other side, Sukai's courage to take this step forward with Tansongyun was admired by many. In the world of Chinese entertainment, celebrities are often pressured to maintain an image of availability, yet he followed his heart. To marry at the peak of his career was a bold move rarely seen among stars. For Tansongyun, this marriage wasn't just personal happiness. She was about to become the wife of one of China's most popular actors, and her life would be scrutinized even more closely. Yet the overwhelming support from fans showed that many were ready to celebrate their union. As for Sulisha, although she wept behind closed doors, perhaps there was a small sense of relief within her heart. With this wedding news, she no longer had to live in uncertainty. She knew the chapter with Sukai was truly over, giving her the chance to eventually write a new one. But before a new beginning, the tears had to flow. Crying was her heart's way of being honest, a necessary release of all the pain she had carried for so long. And maybe, once the tears dried, she would find her strength again. This story reminds us that every public celebration often hides unseen emotions. Every major life decision brings joy to some, but sorrow to others. Sulisha was not the only one who had ever felt such heartbreak, but her status as a public figure made her story more visible. And now, the world could see that even celebrities are human, capable of deep love and deep hurt. Time would reveal how Sulisha rebuilt her life. Many fans believed she would return stronger, both in her career and her personal life. Perhaps someday, she too would find her own true happiness with someone meant just for her. Amid the joyful anticipation of Sukai and Tansongyun's wedding, Sulisha's tears in her room served as a poignant reminder that love always has two sides, bliss and sorrow. Yet in the end, everyone deserves their version of a happy ending. And now, the world could only wait. Wait for the grand wedding of Sukai and Tansongyun, and also wait for the moment when Sulisha would rise from her heartbreak. Because though she cried today, one day she would surely smile again. Please leave your discussion. Welcome to leave comments. Welcome to my channel. Thank you all.